Hey everyone, so we're going to be talking about our breakfast and dinner experience. What's it called?
Beef Eater,
The
part
Beef
of the Premier
Eater.
Inn.
It's part of the Premier Inn, and you can get a meal deal for how much?
I think it's about 52 quid for the 2 nights. So
Yeah.
dinner and breakfast.
So we went down, what was it, on Friday night, and what order?
Oh, just the traditional haddock and chips. Just to find out they didn't have any haddock, so I ended up with pollock, which was not cooked correctly. I say not cooked. The batter wasn't cooked correctly, and there wasn't much pollock inside either.
So it wasn't crispy.
And it wasn't crispy, no. Only on the edges, but not the rest of it.
And what about the rest of your dinner?
Well, the rest of the dinner came with cold mushy peas. Yeah. The dessert was, well, sorry, not the dessert, the starter was, well, okay. It wasn't really
What
what
did
I
you
was.
have?
Well, it was cheesy mushrooms with a bit of garlic bread, but a bit derisory. I cleared it up in about 1 minute. It was that small. But, and you can hardly taste the cheese. I'm not even sure it had any on it, but, you know. The ball was the second night, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, the Saturday night. Yeah, so guess what? I went to order a meal. A different though, not haddock this time. No. I ordered a beef and ale pie just to find they haven't got any. And then I thought I'd save a bit of time. That I would order my dessert at the same time. Oh, oh dear. What was that? Apple pie. Yes, and they didn't have that either. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Yeah. I can see where they got some of the ratings that they got over there. But anyway, I ended up with a mixed grill, which was, to be fair, quite good. Well, that wasn't too bad.
yeah, we both had a mitzvah, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we didn't have a starter this time, we had a pudding.
Yeah, the sticky toffee pudding, we only waited half an hour for it to come. The way the staff were running around, clearly, I believe there's probably staff shortages, but always the case in these places. But yeah, but it was nice when it turned up eventually. You know, it wasn't too badly priced.
So
Really.
what did you have for your pudding?
Sticky toffee pudding, second choice that was, because there was no apple pie, believe it or not. But yeah, I would have thought they would make sure they had an ample supply of food in to cover.
And what did I have? Can you remember?
No, that's what I do.
So I had the banoffee banana sundae, which came with a waffle, which was very nice. But I think it was like I stuck on the side for a little bit because the ice cream was melted and it hasn't been that hot here. So yeah. And let's talk about breakfast. I think breakfast the first night, we haven't had breakfast just yet, but we've decided not to have the cooked breakfast. Mainly because, what was it, when I went up to get our cook breakfast, the eggs was really overdone because they was there for a very long time.
Buffet style, wasn't it?
And it's a buffet style, so it's not cooked to order. So that wasn't a very good. And then when I did bring the plate over to Darren,
Cold, whole lot.
cold.
Bacon cold, beans cold, sausage tepid. So cooked, yes, but cold nonetheless. So yeah, didn't even get around to an egg because Michelle put me off, said they didn't look great, so I didn't really fancy about food poisoning. So yeah.
So what are you going to have this morning on our last morning here?
Oh, just keep it simple. Can't go wrong with it. Just a bit of pan chocolate and maybe some squash, so just something light. Can't really cook that up, can they?
No.
Well, you wouldn't have thought anyway. Guess we'll find out in a minute.
So, given the breakfast then, what would you rate it?
1 star.
Yes, I would have to agree. So, it's probably not the worst one I had, but what was it? It's got a 1 star just because of the cooked breakfast. I mean, when we go to Butlins and we've had half board,
and that's buffet style.
And that's buffet style, and that's the same. And the food was always hot. So you reckon they turned the temperature down?
I do, yeah. Stop it from in the bain marie, but of course the problem is that then the food goes cold.
Yeah.
as we found out.
So what I'll try to do is I try to maybe show you what we have for breakfast and that, what was it? And then we're gonna like shoot off home. So you are allowed to stay here until like midday, but we've decided to go like afterwards. So I think when we go, we're just going to take our stuff, haven't we?
Yeah.
To save us coming back to the room, and then we can just basically get off home. So overall experience, Darren, what would you say the overall experience saying at the Premier like Inn with the food deal?
The Premier Inn itself, apart from the dated furniture, is absolutely fine, and the odd maintenance issue, but you're always going to get that, especially in a standard room.
And was it worth the money?
Well, given it's London, I suppose you always expect to pay a little bit more. Well, Chessington, pay a little bit more. Was it worth the money? Well, it was cheaper than it was when I first looked at it, but it's still a little pricey, I think, just for what it was. But it is London, so you should expect that, I suppose. I never think anything's worth the money. I always think it should be less, but that's just me. But you know.
And the last question: would you come back?
Yeah, if I was going to Cheshire Wood of Adventure like we have this time,
Yeah.
then, and I just didn't want the hassle of losing half my day stuck on the M25, then yeah, I would book a night just to come back. Just, so it wasn't that bad.
But just the two of us, not
not
with
just
the kids. Yeah.
But then, of course, the other issue is the meal next door. Would I go for the meal deal with the Premier Inn? No, not based on what I've seen and tasted. I would probably try to just go and look elsewhere around and see what I can get.
I mean, there are other places. I've had a look on Google and that which has got better like staff for their food and that. So
well, it was convenient.
Yeah.
I must admit, Beefeater, I thought it would have been a little bit better than it was this one. So,
yeah.
To me, the Premier Inn itself has been absolutely fine, really. For what served the purpose what we wanted it for the 2 nights. Unfortunately, the meals was a little bit different.
Yeah.
And a little bit of disappointment, to say the least. But there you go.
Yeah, so that's what was it, our kind of weekend in Chessington. What was it, Premier Inn? Our full kind of review. What was it? With the final review being the food. What's the weather like out there?
Oh, great.
Grey. So yeah, I think I would agree with Darren. I would probably come back if we was coming to Chessington, just the two of us. But if we came with the kids, we would just like leave early in the morning to get here. One thing I will say was that, yeah, just going back to the Beefeater, I think we were sat by a family who wasn't happy at all, was they? And they didn't get what they asked for. One of their child had a like allergy, and that I think to like eggs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they brought over the menu. What was it? The allergy. Just be careful with that because that's got wine in the suitcase. I bought wine and then I never drank it. Yeah, it's right at the back. So yeah, this a family of 4. One of the child, I think it was a younger child who had a like allergy, a like egg allergy. They was wanting to know kind of like what had egg in it, and I think they was talking about the dessert and that, and yeah, I think it was helpful. However, what was it? They basically got a bill with not what they really ordered. So they had to get the manager, and finally they took it like off. But I can't blame the mother for being like not happy, and that because I don't think we would be happy either. You know, you look through what was it, the allergy, section, and it's like you're trying to find, which you can. Anyway, guys, we are going to go down for our gourmet, not breakfast. And yes, so the next kind of trip that we are having, where it's just me and Dad, will be at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and we're staying at the Blue Hotel. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And we are also going to Whitsley Park at the end of the month for the kids' birthday. So make sure you hit that like button and you subscribe to the channel, because 70% of you are not. So if you are enjoying it, then you know what to do. If not, then that's absolutely fine. We will see you in the next video. Bye for now.